Well, greetings and beautiful and abundant benevolent blessings to all of you wonderful and incredible souls out there. Kiara Cass here today with the All Things Health and Wealth Show. Today I'm bringing to you powerful and blessed news in the space. Everybody seems to think that the crypto environment currently is sitting on a topsy-turvy point. And, as we know, Mr. Wonderful, as you'll see in the interview that I'm going to share with you from the Altcoin Daily page shortly, that Mr. Wonderful is actually really just causing drama and throwing other people under the bus, other institutions under the bus when, I think he knows, he knows what he's doing. And, it's very unfortunate that people in that kind of position, more so be power, who actually really do that to other people just to get whatever it is that they're after. Really, it's very, very unkind. And the crypto space is based on community. So, Mr. Wonderful, just take care of the space and the community, not one individual. And that's a message to you out there. So, let's get on to this. I said yesterday the Fed is about to let the market rip. Unfortunately, that video is not entirely true now, as I saw what happened yesterday in Fed Powell's speech. And basically, as we already know, they raised the interest rate basis points by another 50 BPS basis points. And we were, as a community not even just in the crypto space, but actually pretty much all over the world, we were looking at the potential of perhaps the Fed slowing down on their interest rate hikes. But they've basically taken it from their funds rate target to be 4.6 up to 5.1 now, which means that they will definitely continue to raise interest rates throughout 23, which every time they raise interest rates at this point, as you can see, it actually hurts the market. But I do believe that there's going to be a point where they could flip. And why do I say that? Well, Fed Powell's words were, we need to continue with raising rates. The likelihood of them raising rates at 50 BPS to get to the 5.1 target will be on obviously whatever regular basis that they consider. However, there was a statement in there that was saying that they were looking to be very flexible with what it is that they do, and they need to be able to be flexible so that they can see what happens with the market next year, instead of just going all out and literally crushing the market and literally taking money back. I mean, basically, if the Fed does that, it would the Fed didn't cause fraud, but it would be a very similar scenario to what happened in FTX and Luna, etc., where the markets would be really hurt and money would be taken out of the markets, and obviously that would really hurt institutions as well, which they obviously trying not to hurt, because institutions are the very reasons that economies are running. So interesting to see what's going on in the market, because we know institutions run the economy. The Fed is a privately owned institution, so it has its own interest in mind. But of course, we know that they don't really want to hurt institutions. I guess they don't mind pulling retailers' money and squeezing retailers because of whatever reason, because often people buy at the top and sell at the bottom, scenario, which is, it's just not how you trade. But so that video yesterday that I put out, it's not entirely true anymore, considering what happened in that Fed meeting last night. But I'd like to share some clips with you, but of course we need to go to see what happened on the crypto market cap today. So we're down 1.5% for the day. We're sitting at 895 billion. That came down from 906 billion. So we've pretty much lost about 11 billion in the market over the past 24 hours. Thanks, Fed. Really much appreciated. The market's really trying to get back up. At this point, we've got nearly 55 billion in trading volume, 37.9% BTC dominance in market cap. We've lost two more cryptos in the space. See, you win some, you lose some. And BTC is still up for the past 7 days, and I'll show you some stuff on the charts after the video, so please stay around to watch the video. And of course, while we're saying that right now, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, to our community. This is our community that we're building here together. And of course, please hit that notification bell so that you know when I release more videos and more content just like this. Ethereum is sitting at 1286, Bitcoin is 17673. BNB is down at 265. I'm going to see why BNB is down currently at the moment. And obviously, we're seeing quite a substantial amount of FUD being created, especially by Mr. Wonderful. Yeah. Anyways, XRP 38 cents, Dogecoin at 8 cents, Cardano at 30 cents, Polygon at 89 cents, Polkadot at 520, Litecoin is 74.34, Shiba at 889. So Shiba's been coming down quite a little bit and falling down the chart slowly but surely. Solana's at 1408, Uni's at 596, Avalanche at 1349, and Chainlink at 660. So one thing I wanted to share with you guys that I noticed here is that there's a stable coin called Neutrino. Now, I know absolutely zero about this, but I saw a headline earlier today when I logged onto CoinGecko that USDN, which is obviously a stable coin, had been collapsing. So we were down 1.9% for the day. And as a stable coin, if you're sitting at 64 cents, you're really not doing that well. And as you can see there, the stable coin basically was looking to depeg all the way back here in May already. So I'm not sure why this coin is even surviving, but literally we've crashed down substantially. We've come down to the 55 cents level and it's gone up to $2.52. That's extraordinarily strange for a stable coin. So yeah, anyways, it's not like this is a very big stable coin. It has only 63 million in market cap. And its trading volume is extraordinarily low. So, these are things to just be cautious of in the market and the space so that you can see what is actually going on, because certain projects are pulling capital out the market, certain projects are keeping their money in the market. So let's go and have a look at the Fear and Greed Index. So I've still got a bit of sinusitis, guys, but I'm actually, so this is where I saw, on the crypto bubbles, USDN, I immediately went to go and look at it. Down 17% for the day. That's crazy. Look, I know most things are down for the day. And like I always say, buy in the red, sell in the green if you want to take some profit. I mean, if you did that every day and you sat here and you bought you bought in the red and you sold in the green, you'd make some money. I don't have that kind of capacity to sit in the space and do that. I do run my own nutrition company, as you guys know. So I do have a lot to do there, and I'm really trying to build the online e-commerce space there. So looking forward to that. Here's the funds rate, as we said. So yeah, we all know that happened yesterday, so I don't need to really go into that. So I'll close these three pages for now, and let's go and have a quick squiz at the altcoin daily video for the information that that's been going on in Congress over the past 2 days. But Kevin was testifying yesterday, so let's go and see what he had to say here yesterday. And yeah, stay here because you guys know that I'm going to be doing charts at the end, and we'll see what's going on in the charts too. Very interesting, so be patient.
Regurgitating Sam Bankman-Fried's opinion, it's interesting because Kevin O'Leary doesn't seem to put any blame on Sam Bankman-Fried, although he seems to throw Binance under the bus entirely.
Why do you believe FTX failed?
I have an opinion. I don't have the records. Here it is. These two behemoths that own the unregulated market together and grew these incredible businesses in terms of growth were at war with each other. And one put the other out of business intentionally. Now, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe there's nothing wrong with love and war. But Binance is a massive, unregulated global monopoly now. They put FTX out of business.
Wow. Now listen to Kevin O'Leary tell the full story of the FTX Binance feud and what happened to the money. Pay very close attention to the end.
This is a simple case in my mind of where did the money go? And I said, Sam, walk me back 24 months. Tell me the use of proceeds of the assets of your company. Where did you spend it? And then he told me about a transaction that occurred over the last 24 months, the repurchase of his shares from Binance, his competitor. I didn't know this at the time, but at some point, CZ or Binance, who runs Binance, purchased 20% ownership in Sam Bankman-Fried's firm for seed stock. And then, over time, and I asked him, what would compel you to spend $2 billion was the number he was giving me at that time. Later, in a subsequent conversation.
Just quickly, what's wrong with another institution investing seed capital into another institution? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. So, and he knows that. He's a Shark Tank entrepreneur. He knows this. Okay. So he's falsely accusing and he's pretty much lying to Congress. That's a felony.
Conversation about 24 hours later, he told me it could have been as much as $3 billion to buy back the shares from CZ. I asked him, what would compel you to do that? Why wouldn't you keep your assets on your balance sheet? And why would you offer this to just one shareholder? He said, because every time we went to get licensed in different jurisdictions, because you must understand the prize of crypto is to get regulated. Apparently, according to Sam Bankman-Fried, CZ would not comply with the regulators' request in these different geographies, these different jurisdictions, to provide the data that would clear them for a license. He withheld it, according to Sam Bankman-Fried. The only option the management and Sam Bankman-Fried had was to buy him out at an extraordinary valuation of close to $32 billion, less apparently a 15% discount. That stripped the balance sheet of assets. You ask me why it went bankrupt? Go to the last week. All of a sudden, in social media, CZ is asking for another $500 million. But Binance is a massive, unregulated global monopoly now. They put FTX out of business.
Binance put FTX out of business? Bullspit. FTX stole user money and got caught. Simple. Mr. Wonderful certainly isn't doing crypto any favors. And it seems, with all of the FTX fraud in general, again, crypto is getting conflated with general fraud. The FTX fraud. The crypto market is the target of heavy regulation. Again, breaking news, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren introduces bill to KYC, self-custody, Bitcoin and crypto wallets, surveil users, and crack down on privacy tools, a direct attack on freedom and privacy. Now, it's nice to see some senators and some people with a voice speaking up for crypto, speaking up for the simple truth, like Senator Loomis.
We're conflating topics today. Digital assets are not on trial. Fraud and organizations are on trial. So let's separate digital assets from corrupt organizations. FTX, as I've been saying for the last few weeks, is good old-fashioned fraud. And what they did is separate from digital assets. Now, we've all heard that FTX lent its executives hundreds of millions of dollars in commingled customer funds for personal use, and customers who tried to wire money to FTX were instead given Alameda's routing number. That is fraud. That's fraud whether it's conducted in US dollars or euros or digital assets. That is fraud.
Or like Senator Toomey after the hearing.
This really looks like garden variety fraud that has happened in the past usually with dollars or securities of a conventional sort. And here it happened to happen with crypto. It is not an indictment against crypto. It's an indictment against the guys who misused it. And we should make that distinction, and Congress should finally pass the legislation that I've been urging us to pass, which would provide the regulatory clarity so that we don't have this ambiguity as to who's got the authority here, who doesn't, and how does it get regulated. We need to eliminate that regularity. Then we would have business flowing to prudent, sensible, well-regulated American exchanges.
Even Mr. Wonderful was on the right side of history to a degree in these 30 seconds when he urged Congress segregating banks and crypto, making it so banks cannot integrate with crypto, would be a bad move. Isolating crypto from the banking system would be insanity.
The concept of passing legislation that would ban banks from integrating cryptocurrencies and crypto technology, if that were to happen as an investor, I would short every American bank stock because it would make it the most uncompetitive financial services sector in the world. The innovation that is coming forward, once regulated, is going to be profound in terms of how it changes the cost, the efficiency, the auditability, the productivity of the banking sector. Just look at things as simple as ACH transfers, how archaic they are. Look at the Fed wire.
So let me just stop you there. I only have so much time. So you do not agree with isolating it from the banking system?
That's insanity.
Kevin O'Leary and Congress continued the conversation of...
So, that's very interesting to hear, right? Please remember to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as you guys all know what to do there. Alright, now let's get onto the charts, guys. The moment you've been waiting for. Okay. So, BTC. This is the hour chart, so I'm looking at it on the hour chart. So, you can see here we're in a bit of a channel momentum, and just have a quick look here. So there was divergence here. So higher highs, and here was higher lows. So that's why, boom, you broke straight back down from the top of the channel. Now we've come all the way back down to the bottom of the channel again, and we're looking like we're starting to return and make our run back up. Same thing here. Same thing here. It looks to be more of a divergence again, and basically we should find some support on this level. We're now at the top of this little box here, which is the 618 level, as I mentioned to you guys. So that's why Bitcoin is being met with decent resistance. And if we come all the way back up to this level, that's the level that I've been speaking about for some time. So very, very interesting. If we go and look straight at the daily time frame, the daily time frame actually looks pretty healthy, so I'm okay with the daily time frame at this point, although we are looking like we do need to do some sort of pullback. So whether we, now we're in a like a consolidation range, but within the ribbon. So from the bottom of the ribbon, so 17,221 all the way back up to 17,700 pretty much is the level that we should be in capitulation for a little moment before we decide on the actual direction, whether we want to break through the 618 level on the daily time frame or whether we want to come back down to the 786 level on the daily time frame. That'll be our interesting little trade. So for me, this is a nice, it's not exactly a doji, it's more of a shooting star candle, but that shows us that there's potential for upside momentum coming soon. Now, the same thing with Ethereum. If Ethereum does a little bit of a pullback and doesn't break this level here, even if it breaks this level and kind of sits back down here at the 1126 level, that's where I'm going to be buying and entering into a trade for Ethereum. However, if it doesn't break this level over the next few days, then I will probably enter into the trade at around this level, and I'll do a market entry trade. Sometimes limits work, sometimes market works, whatever it is that makes your trading better. So with the oversold stochastic and the RSI, it looks like we have a little bit of downward momentum to come, especially after the Fed news last night, the unexpected Fed news last night. I think the market expected the 50%, but they didn't really expect the continuation of the interest rate hikes into next year. But luckily the Fed said that they are quite flexible. So with that, you can see here, so within this range here, I'll be entering into a Ethereum trade on Bybit 2. If you want to enter into a trade, please go and click my Bybit link down below. You can enter into Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever it is that you want to get yourself into. Now the dollar, this candle is also the hourly candle. We've got upward trend here, and an upward trend here. So if we break back below the ribbon and this line, the dollar will continue its trend down. Like I said to you in yesterday's video, I said to you that the likelihood of us coming back up to the top or the bottom of the purple box here and then being rejected and coming back down to the next levels of support was probably very high. So let's be patient, let's wait what happens, and let's see what happens on that space. You know, I must say, guys, I'm truly grateful that the crypto space is open 24/7, 365 and never ever closes, because it feels good to be able to buy what you want in terms of crypto at any given time. So really incredible. You can see the S&P is not like it's still sitting chilling at the same area it was yesterday. I believe that we're retesting the ribbon and the upward trend line here. So who knows, we could bounce off of this and then continue and make a further step back up. The same thing here, there seems to be a little bit of a rejection candle, which tells me that we may need to pull back on the total crypto market cap. And if we did, that would probably be our level at 780 odd. So currently it's sitting at 896, so probably less, yeah, probably around the 818 level. I'm not sure why the total market cap has got this here, and if you go and look at CoinGecko, it says 895. I still have to figure that out, guys. If any of you actually know, please hit me in the comments below. I'd really love to know for myself. I haven't done that intel and that research, but if you come here, look at the crypto market cap with excluding BTC and Ethereum, you can see that we're finding some support. The altcoins weren't drastically affected by the news yesterday, so that's pretty cool and that's pretty powerful. I'm saying in the altcoins as a whole, maybe individual altcoins were affected for sure, but like I said to you, I'm looking for a target of getting back up here, and we should see some cool and awesome momentum into this chart. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.